안녕하세요. 공략 게이머 박하나무입니다. 이번에는 시퀀스 8의
You miss me, sweetheart.
두 번째 메모리.
What? Nothing to say?
If you are here, then Washington is safe.
True. Thing is, I believe I've just been pardoned. Thank you kindly for the rescue, gents.
There can be no further mistakes, Thomas. Am I understood?
What about the assassin? Yeah, he's here. They put him in a cell right next to mine. Guess we didn't get them all, eh?
Deal with this, Charles.
At once, sir.
What are we gonna do?
You're that boy from the Continental Congress. Adams's little lapdog. I think I have an idea. Yes. Two birds with one stone.
Do tell.
All in good time. It's not like the assassin's going anywhere. For now, we should see about getting you better accommodations here.
What are you on about? I thought I was getting out.
I'm afraid you won't be leaving for a while, thanks to Benjamin Talmadge. He's been running his mouth, saying all sorts of things. You're being investigated for plotting to assassinate George Washington.
What a bunch of bollocks. I thought you was gonna handle that.
We'll discuss this elsewhere.
Holy shit. 잘 잤다.
I'm telling you, he's planning to escape. We should get in on it.
Yeah? And what makes you think that?
Caught him carving something in the yard. Slipped it in his pocket real quick when he saw me. Looked like a key.
Probably just a shiv.
Nah, Mason ain't a fighter. Always talking and tricking his way out of trouble. Weasel Weems, they call him. Sticky bastard.
Come on, Finch. He's not so bad. Even told me some letters once. Gonna write a note to my lady.
Ha! What for? You think that whore's out there pining for you? Saving herself for when you get out? Huh? No doubt she's already moved on to the next fella, and the fella after him.
You shut your mouth before I shut it for you.
Easy now. It was just a joke.
Yeah? Well, it wasn't very funny.
싸워라. 잡으라 져야지. 이런. 비계도 안 비네.
Get up!
Where are we
내가 왜
going?
바닥에 자 있지?
Stay out of trouble or you'll wind up in the pit.
But demolish the pub's tea house bench. An absolute savage, that man. His wife's
아이씨.
What are you looking at, half-breed?
terrible.
왜 이러지 마.
You not understand English? That it?
내가 먼저 가야지.
Do I need to knock some sense into that thick head of yours?
Excellent leatherwork. He learned his craft from a Spaniard of all things. What a Spaniard was doing in the colonies back then is anybody's guess.
I should try and find this Weems fellow. If he intends to escape, perhaps he can help me.
내가 먼저 가.
Mason Weems?
Could be.
I need your help.
Oh?
They say you know a way out of here.
They say a lot of things.
I do not have time for games.
Shame, as I was hoping you might play one with me.
Fine.
내가
Are
이
you
게임을
familiar with the
잘하지.
rules?
At the old plow.
Seeing as you already know mine, what's your name?
Connor.
Pleased to meet you, Connor. Well played. So, what brings you to Bridewell?
Treachery. I have been falsely accused.
Of course you have.
You could ask a crump back
You do not believe me?
Why should I? You have the look of a brute.
You misjudge. I am an honest man.
And yet, also a man imprisoned.
It's got me there.
It is a private matter.
As is what you ask of me.
If the others are not drinking
오늘은
beer,
맞겠다.
I will not either. Ha! It is funny, yeah?
그럼 난 여기.
I was trying to prevent a murder.
Oh! Anyone I know?
조지 워싱턴.
George Washington.
뭐?
The others
조지
put you up to this,
워싱턴.
didn't they? Thought it might be fun to have another laugh at Mason's expense. Fools, a lot of them. To make light of something like this. George Washington is brave beyond measure, loyal like a brother, peerless in character, and unshakable in his convictions. That man is our Jupiter Conservator, destined to lead us not just to freedom, but greatness. Anyone who says otherwise is either a simpleton or a traitor.
Then you understand why I need to get out of here. If I don't help him, he is going to die.
The lad was trying to
The little farm by the Salisbury
You're
Plain.
serious, aren't you?
It's good. Right, real.
Very well. It's going to take some doing. See, everything hinges on the key I forged. That loud Finch stole it. Took me 3 months to make the thing, too. You need to get it back, or we're not going anywhere.
Consider it done.
The little farm by the Salisbury Plain. Hold us anywhere where the wind blows. Sir, rein in your turbulent nature.
The right hot shot in a mustard pot, you are.
He'd obviously fallen over in his scooter and not only pissed himself, but demolished.
Can't pronounce half the bloody names. I'm half convinced they make it up to just confuse well.
예.
While we're on the subject, did you meet with success?
Indeed. I relinquished the tools of my trade to play the viola with them on Sundays. It is a most restful, satisfying pursuit.
There was a period such blandishments were the norm. But men of greater resolve and
All right, scoundrels, back in your cells!
그냥 훔치면 되네.
Really a half-turned clockwise.
never seen it done now. Father my God, what does it do?
You chanced upon a copy of his latest...
This key is useless.
Terrible fire. It's incredible any part of the...
What are you looking at? You in the market for a husband?
Not the same since old Fletcher passed.
난 여자가 좋다고.
He won't come. His wife's gone to the labor lab.
Not sure if I'm sea legs in with your bark again.
Your key
야.
is useless.
안 열리잖아.
It did not fit the lock.
It's not meant to.
You forged a key that does not work.
Well, that all depends on what you mean by work. It'll get us out of here. Just not the way you expected.
Then how?
You're going to use it to get the real key off the warden. You have to swap yours for his.
Why not just have me take the real key? Why all this extra work?
You might notice if it went missing. This way, he'll be none the wiser.
And when he tries to use it?
He won't. That's why we're targeting him.
How do I reach the warden?
Yes. This next part, you may not like.
Oh, as if I've liked the others. Out with it.
You need to pick a fight.
What?
Pick a fight, and they'll throw you in the pit.
And how in the world does this help us?
The warden oversees the pit. Getting sent there is the only way to reach him.
I'll give you credit. You've given this plan to risk my life a great deal of thought.
Take down as many as you can. 1 or 2 will only serve to entertain the guards. You need to make them angry.
내가 때리는 건 전문이지.
We all have our part to play. Try not to die.
Let me know if he's willing.
He'd obviously fallen over in his seat, not only pistons
Screaming.
but to
It's
Mouse
almost
on
our
the
fault.
house bench. An absolute
Yes, we did. Ah, Scarlatti and Pergolesi.
안 되는데요. 어이. up, 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 up. 이런.
Fancy yourself a troublemaker, eh? Some time in the pits to cool your blood.
Yeah, again.
Look at all of you, pathetic, dirty wretches. You're not but swine, suckling at the teats of civilization. Thieves and scoundrels all. And do you acknowledge this? Do you repent and beg forgiveness? No. You elect instead to commit new and more terrible crimes.
말이 많네. 무슨 소리지?
Need to not to raise the alarm.
이렇게 따라가서 이렇게 지나가면 됩니다.
You'll find Hickey through that door. It's where they keep the important prisoners. Nicer rooms, more space, those sorts of things. It seems even in prison, who you know makes all the difference.
Thank you, Mason, for everything. I will find a way to repay the favor when my work here is finished.
주어진 시간 안에 히키한테 도달하라고 합니다. 이렇게 따라가서 이쪽으로 쳤고 바로 이쪽으로 들어갑시다. 여기서 바로 뛰어갑시다. 뛰어가서 이용 계약하면 됩니다. 성공입니다. 타이밍을 잘 맞춰야 돼요.
Not who you was expecting, am I right?
What have we here? I thought we'd finished off your kind.
You would like that, wouldn't you? To rid the world of all who do not share your views.
Guilty as charged. Your meddling in the revolution has caused us no small measure of grief. It cannot continue. Our work is too important. But what would you know beyond all the lies Achilles feeds you and the tales you tell yourself?
I know that the people wish to be free, and that men like Washington fight to make it so.
Please, the man is weak. He stumbles and stammers through each engagement, making it all up as he goes along. His pedigree is pathetic, his military record even more so. I could go on, but we'd be here for days, so manifold are his faults, so deficient are his merits. He must be dealt with. You as well. I will abide no more flies in the ointment.
Here's how it's gonna work. First we bind you and bring you to your cell. Then tomorrow, you go before the court, accused of plotting to kill good old Georgie. Maybe we could pin the murder of the warden on you too.
네가 다 죽였잖아.
And who wouldn't take the word of Charlie over here? Once that's all squared away, well then.
All those years ago, the child in the forest was you.
I said I would find you.
So you have. But not quite as you had expected, am I right? You know, all of this might have been avoided had you only done what I asked. Ah, but what's done is done.
여기까지 시퀀스 8 시퀀스 8의 두 번째 메모리 완료했습니다. 완전 동기화 완성.